Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobby and this is Bobby Reads Tarot. And today I have something a little different. I have a pickup card reading for you. This is going to be your 2026 energy. So, for how these readings work is take a moment to look at the four different cards here. Look at the crystals that are on them. See what pulls your attention. What were you first drawn to? So, take a moment to look at these cards, figure out which pile you're drawn to, and then go to the timestamp down below in the description box of this comment or of this video. Click where it says more, it'll expand, and the timestamps will be in there for your reading. Okay? All right. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. All right. I'll see you over at your reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, which is this beautiful, I think this is like an angel aura quartz, then this is your reading. We're going to move this over here. This will be the last card that we read, and we are going to start off with a forecast oracle card. What can you expect for your 2026? We have merging alliance, joining forces, and we have ethical override, logic versus empathy. Merging alliances, this is the coming together of two people, or coming together of alliances. This makes me feel like there's going to be some really important partnerships that are going to matter during 2026. These could be strategic. So this could be pairing up with someone at work in order to work on a project or do something that's going to help you get ahead, allow you to be seen, allow you to grow in your career. This could also be the pairing of you with someone who has something complementary. So let's say you offer one thing and this person offers something else, and those two things together go together perfectly, and it can help out you and it can help out the other person. There could be some merging of alliances. And this does not just have to be for work. This can be in other places in your life. This could be new friendships that are good friendships, friendships that are alliances. This could also be for some of you. Now, remember, these are general readings, so take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Also, if we get going in these readings and you're like, you know what, this is not my reading, that is okay. You can go back and see if there's a different reading that feels like it resonates a little bit more strongly. Okay. But for some of you, this is, again, because this is a general reading, this is only going to be for a very small section. But I feel like this is you. And if you're dating someone or married to someone who has children, this is like you and the other parent getting along, merging alliances, getting along for the sake of the children, building really good relationships. So that it benefits the kids, if that makes sense. I know for some of you that's really going to resonate. And then we have this ethical override, logic versus empathy. This could be a challenge that you face in 2026. And this is a really tough one, right? Especially for people that are empaths. When you're trying to balance a logical perspective up against what you're feeling, right? What you're sensing. Oftentimes, because empaths can feel or can sense other people's emotions, it's hard for them to see the logical side of a situation because they feel the feelings. And once you're in the feelings, all logic kind of goes out the window. And that could be something that you are faced with. Sometimes people in their lives, they're so empathetic that they have a hard time being effective. That's something I really resonate with. Like, there's my sometimes my empathy kind of can get the better of me, where it's like I'm too empathetic, and it like gets in my way. And I'm feeling like for some of you, this is going to be a year of trying to learn to control, still have the empathy, feel the feelings, but also control how much we allow it to consume us, I guess, so that we can be not so that we can be more calloused and push people away, but so that we can be more intentional with where and how we utilize our empathy, right? Use it for our advantage, not to our disadvantage. All right, let's see what else we have for pile number 1 for 2026. What other energy do we have? Ooh, we got 3 cards here. We have in their head, overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. This could be a year for you of really being in your head, in your thoughts. And I think that goes along with this ethical override card, this logic versus empathy. There's going to be a lot of work that you are going to be doing, pile number 1, but it's going to be this internal work. Something I would highly recommend is to get a journal or a notebook and to try to write things out or write things down. You don't need to have any kind of like format or anything in particular that you write. This is just to kind of help you process the stuff that's going on inside of your head, to get it out of your head, to give yourself some space. And a really good way to do that is to write it down. So I would really encourage you to use that as a tool to kind of help you process, because it is going to be, I think, a very deep year of introspection for you, pile number 1. And I'm really curious to see what your oracle card is. But I feel like it's going to be a very pivotal year for internal growth. And by writing down some of those thoughts, it'll help you kind of get more organized so that you can work through them more effectively. We have thief, robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. All right, so there could be something that you lose in 2026, something that's taken from you. Okay, now remember, our external world is a direct reflection of our internal thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So the things that we feel the most are typically the things we manifest the most into our existence. So if there's something if you carry a fear with you, then that is typically something you're going to manifest. So if you have a fear that someone is going to take something from you, then there's a very good chance it's going to manifest itself into your reality. So remember that, if there's things, the universe doesn't know whether we want it or we don't want it. So like, if you think, I don't want to be robbed, I don't want to be robbed, I don't want to be robbed, and then you get robbed and you're like, well, I said I didn't want to get robbed. Well, the universe doesn't know whether you do want it or you don't want it. It just knows that you're having emotions around being robbed. So that's a really important thing to remember when you are trying to kind of control or utilize your thoughts to your benefit through manifestation. So that's why you're not going to say, like, I don't want debt, I don't want debt. You're going to say, I manifest abundance, I have unlimited wealth, right? It's all in how we phrase it. We need to look at like the positive side of it. So if you have some fear, this could be calling you out a little bit. about having some fear over something. And this doesn't have to be like actually having something stolen. This can be around emotions, right? Like having your heart stolen or something like that, okay? Or feeling emotionally vulnerable. So, this is some food for thought about what you could be facing as a challenge in 2026. And then there's an offer coming through. Look at that. Okay, so we have merging alliance, joining forces, and an offer. The offer is a cup of coffee. So this is, to me, the first thing I think of is job offer, but it could be an offer of a conversation, friendship. Offers can mean a lot of different things. A conversation over coffee. Okay, let's pull a few tarot cards to see what else you have in store for 2026. This is such beautiful, interesting energy for you, pile number one. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is ideas coming in. Our swords are always our thoughts, critical thinking, ideas. We have the Emperor reversed. Page of Swords is a card that is, it can be a contract that comes through, which you had an offer. So this is some kind of a contract. It can be a story, gossip, word of mouth, things coming in like that. We have the Emperor reversed. When the Emperor is in the reverse position, it talks about feeling passive, not feeling like you're fully in your power. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the Eight of Pentacles reversed can be a feeling of feeling trapped in your work. I'm wondering if you, pile number one, feel like you are stuck in what you do for your work and you don't feel like you have a lot of options. Now, remember, like I just got done saying, right? Our external world is a direct reflection of those internal thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So if we feel a certain way, if we feel like we're stuck in this contract or in this agreement for this job where we don't have power, we don't have any autonomy in what we're doing, we feel like we're kind of stuck and not going anywhere in our career, if that's what we feel, then that's what we're going to experience. So we have to start looking at the thoughts and the feelings around it. How do you change those feelings around doing those things that you don't enjoy doing? Well, I talk often in my videos about Daryl Anka, or Daryl Anka is a gentleman who channels an entity named Bashar. And what Bashar talks about is the whole reason to be here is to live our life to our highest passion. So it's about finding ways to instill passion in these mundane things that we're forced to do. If you're stuck in a situation where you can't quit your job, so you have to stay here. Okay, well, how do you change this energy? Because nothing's going to change if you continue to feel the same way. And if you're stuck in here, you have to make the best of it, right? To shift out of that energy. So what do? Find ways to do the things that you do it with passion. So whether that means, putting on music that you love, or wearing an outfit that makes you feel amazing, or, like all of the little self-care things we have to do. And also that taking charge, right? Understanding that you're responsible. So you do have to take charge of your feelings a little bit here and decide that you're going to look at your situation through a different lens. And that can be really hard to do, right? But we need to get out of our head. We need to make that shift between looking at things through our feelings and our emotions and our logic, our reasoning. And there could be some kind of an alliance here that we can merge. We can join forces with someone and change this situation, how we're feeling. So there's a lot of power that you can take back if you choose to. Power, I was going to call you power number one, pile number one. You can take back all of your power in the situation. It's your choice, right? The offer's there. Okay, let's get a clarifying life situation card and see what other guidance we have for you. Pile number one. We have flame of courage. Ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows of fear. It is not always going to be a bed of roses. I think that people often, where they go wrong in their manifestations is they feel like, well, it's going to be super, super simple and super easy. And it's not always that way. Right? And we still have to put in some energy. And sometimes that energy feels and looks a lot like work. And oftentimes people think, well, I shouldn't have to do any work to receive my manifestation. And the universe is like, you've got to generate that energy. You've got to meet the universe halfway. So I think sometimes we get very passive in what we're trying to manifest. And we're just kind of sitting back waiting for it to happen to us. And we have to go out there and make it happen for us. And it requires this level of bravery, jumping in there, knowing that you're going to be okay. There's a mantra that I use, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And it is so helpful. But my mantra is this: I have never failed so badly that I was unable to recover. Let me repeat that for you. I have never failed so badly that I was unable to recover. Once I put things in that context, it makes things a lot less scary, right? Because when you think about it like that, like, okay, I've always been all right. I've always been able to recover. Then it's like, okay, I've got this. Purity, snow moon. This is such beautiful energy. This is fresh starts, new beginnings, new opportunities, clean slates. I absolutely love this energy. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and end this reading with the Oracle card. And so for you guys, you have the Healing Waters Oracle. And the card that popped up for you was the Water Oracle. This is the card of psychic abilities, acting on visions, and it's destined. The interesting thing is the card, I pulled out another card to use as a placeholder for this card here. So I think that this energy is relevant as well. And this is deep sea diving. This is the way of the mystic. It's learning through experiencing and depths. And I think that this definitely also applies to this Water Oracle energy. So the Water Oracle energy card says, psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. Water has long been associated with the feminine mystical arts, with seers, oracles, and psychics using it to receive visions of the present and future. Scrying is a mystical practice that's been used since ancient times all over the world. It's the art of gazing into something with a reflective surface, including water, to detect messages or visions. The earliest documentation of scrying reaches back to ancient Babylonia. It's believed that the scryer would add oil or flour to a bowl of water and then read the resulting mixture to receive helpful visions. This divination practice is referred to as lacanomancy, and it's a form of hydromancy. When the Water Oracle appears before you, it's a sign that something is destined, written in the stars. Maybe you're living with a question at the moment, or perhaps you've received unexpected guidance to make a change in your life, but you're unsure whether it's your head or your heart talking. The Water Oracle delivers a message to trust your intuition and the messages and visions you've been receiving. It's a card of confirmation and encouragement to act on your visions and embody your intuition. It can also be a sign that your psychic and intuitive abilities are growing stronger, that you have the gift of clear vision and are being encouraged to work on this craft more deeply. That is a beautiful, beautiful card, and that is super powerful. I love that energy. It's going to be a big year for you, pile number one, a big year of growth, but I think that you are going to, you're going to look at this, your Page of Swords energy. You're coming out very, very strong. You have this offer, this opportunity for a beautiful clean slate. And with this deepening ability to see, I just think that 2026 is going to be an amazing year for you, pile number one. Okay, you guys, if you picked this pile and this resonates with you, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. And also, don't forget to subscribe. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Well, hello there. If you picked this beautiful, I think this is an aura quartz. I'm not sure what this is, but if you picked this beautiful aura quartz, then this is your reading, the reading for pile number two. And let's go ahead and jump right in and see what 2026 has in store for you, pile number two. I hope you are all doing well. Hope you had a happy holiday season. Oop, it's too many cards. Okay, we have under review, scrutiny, and we have genetic, biotech, ethics, and advances. Under review and scrutiny. Your 2026 is going to be a year of reflection. I feel like you may have even already considered what you want to accomplish in 2026. You're someone who maybe has already written down resolutions, or maybe you do that every year, or maybe you just have some really big goals that you want to achieve in 2026. This is going to be a year for you to really look at every aspect of your life. It's interesting because pile number one kind of had somewhat similar energy, but this is that energy of evaluating everything in your life and seeing what is no longer serving you and what you would be better off to release from your life. The more you're able to release, the easier and more clear, the easier your path and the more clear your path and your vision is going to be. So it's like the more you're able to clear away, the easier it will be to find what it is that you are really wanting to accomplish in 2026. You're going to get really clear on what it is that you want, but in order to get there, you have to go through this period of removing other things that are no longer serving you. Genetic biotech. This could be a year for you of having improved health, the opportunity to improve your health. So if you've been wanting to eat healthier or live a healthier lifestyle, start healthier habits, this would be a very good opportunity for you to do that this year. This can also be medical advances in perhaps medical conditions that you have. So an example of this could be if you're someone who has type 2 diabetes and there is some new medication that, is a game changer, something like that. Really good energy as far as this for 2026. It's interesting because it's like very direct energy, right? It's not like giving me a lot of fluff where it's like, oh, it's going to be a year of this. No, it's like getting down to brass tacks, getting rid of what doesn't work, getting healthy. It's like, it feels very just direct. That's what's coming through, is like, nope, it's going to be this. It's going to be this. It's all going to, no time for messing around. It's going to be like pretty much down to business is what it is really feeling like. Okay. What else can we get for pile number 2? We have romantic love affair. Look at that. So pile number 2, there could be some kind of a romantic love affair, new love. Sometimes old loves can get a little spicy and almost feel like new loves again. So this could be that energy for you as well. Now, remember, these are general readings, so not everything is going to resonate with you. However, if you're into this reading and you're like, no, this doesn't resonate at all, then that's okay. Just go back and look at the piles again and just choose a different pile. Okay. But we also have creeping and caught a case. For some of you, be very careful with your love affairs. There could be consequences, medical consequences that come along with them. So make sure that you are taking care of your health, okay? Because there could be someone that they are seeing that you do not necessarily know about. Pile number 2. Okay. I would watch out for this person here. Let's get some clarifying life situations cards. Can I get a okay. So we have rough road. Prepare carefully before you continue, for it's a long journey ahead. And take precautions here upside down. Remain vigilant and receptive, learning from each revelation as you navigate life's journeys. This could be a rough one, pile number 2. Okay, especially when it comes to these kinds of relationships. It could be a rough road. There could be some karmic energy or some karmic relationships that you're needing to kind of work through. So that could be some of this energy we have here. We also have meadow of moments. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. So this is going back to looking at this initial energy that we had where it was like getting rid of those things that no longer serve you, right? Getting very much into the feeling of now, into the present moment. Okay, because it seems like when we get off track here, pile number 2, this is when things kind of go off the rails and not a good way. And again, general reading, so this isn't going to apply to everyone, but I do feel like this could be something karmic that needs to be worked through as part of this under review and scrutiny. Let's get some tarot and see what's going on here with pile number 2. We have the Ace of Cups. This is an offer of, it can be an offer of abundance, but usually it's an offer like a relationship. It can be new beginnings. It can also be fertility. So for some of you, this could be an unexpected or perhaps even an unplanned pregnancy that happens in 2026. So be warned, okay? Again, because this is a general reading, for some of you, this is going to be a great offer, but for some of you, this is maybe not going to be the offer that you were hoping for or anticipating, but it could be the offer you actually ended up needing. Okay? You know how sometimes the things that we want in life, we don't get, but we end up getting what we actually need. And that could be something going on here. All right, let's get some other energy. Let's see what else we can see here for pile number 2 for 2026. What else do we have, Spirit? We have 2 of Pentacles, trying to make a decision, finding a balance. This can be, you know, looking at 2 different parts of our life and trying to find some way to balance it. It could be balancing like home and work, or, being a partner, being a parent, or being a single parent. But like trying to balance two aspects of your life in 2026, trying to find that work-life balance. And this comes back to this under review scrutiny energy, where it's like analyzing everything and seeing, how does this fit? How does this balance? Does it balance? We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is an opponent coming through. And we have the King of Swords reversed. For some of you, this King of Swords reversed energy is this person and this situation. There could be a King of Swords in your life that you need to cut loose. Or there could be a relationship that you think, when you meet someone and you see all of the beautiful, great, wonderful sides of them, and then, down the road, you start to see the real, stuff that they've kind of kept hidden. I'm wondering if for some of you, if there is a King of Swords in your life who's going to start to show his reverse side. And I'm wondering if that's where part of this energy is. For some of you, this is going to be one of those readings where you see it and I feel like you're going to say like, "Ooh, I don't want this. I don't claim this. This isn't mine." And then something's going to happen and you're going to be like, "Ugh, yeah, that was my reading." I hate readings like that, but I mean, that's what this is. This is a King of Swords he's, and it doesn't have to be a male. It can be female energy as well, but they're going to start to show their darker side. Be very careful. And I feel like this, may be someone that, even though there's things about them that we really, really like, it's better in the long run for this person, like to let this person go. Okay. But it could be a karmic cycle. It may be a relationship that you are working through or that you have to work through to kind of work through that karma, to get through to the other side of that. Okay, let's see. We have growth. 2026 is going to be a year of growth for you, pile number 2. And again, for some of you, I feel like this is an unplanned pregnancy. I'm really just feeling like this is that Mother Earth, that mother energy, this Ace of Cups energy. If that is not something that you are wanting this year in 2026, please be careful, pile number 2, because it is like there. The energy is there for it. Okay, so now what I want to do, pile number 2, is I want to look at your oracle card to see what advice or energy we have from Spirit. And the deck that this card comes from is the Starseed Oracle, which is one of my absolute favorite decks. And the card that I just pulled out of the deck to hold my spot was the Great Severing. And it's interesting after looking at this reading and then seeing this card that I just happened to pull, because this is a card of, it's almost tower energy. It's like needing to rip apart. This is Mars energy, warring energy, but it's an energy of like needing to go through this ripping apart so that it can allow the softening to occur. And I think that this very much is part of the energy of this reading. Now for deep cellular healing, this says Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. It says your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you're suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today, it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, to call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any challenges you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. This ties in so beautifully with the energy that we started this reading out with, which is it's time for your body to do what it does naturally, which is to heal. And we saw with this genetic biotech card that energy, that healing was going to come your way. And it's through the scrutiny of looking at what do you need to let go of in order to achieve deep cellular healing. Okay, because the healing is here for you, but you have to let go of that stuff that's creating that toxic environment in you. You need to be able to release the toxins. So what are the toxins? 2026 is going to be your year of figuring it out, and you may go through some bumpy situations, but it's through the bumpy situations that you're able to learn what those toxins are and what needs to be removed. Okay, so every challenging situation that you are going to experience in 2026 has a purpose, and its purpose is to root out the poison so that you can remove it, so that you can achieve that deep healing, that spiritual growth, being able to find that balance and to be in the present, accept the offer of healing and abundance. But it's going to take this ripping, this tearing to get there. It's the analogy of childbirth. I mean, childbirth is messy and it's bloody and it's ugly and it's scary, but on the other side of it is beautiful new life. And I feel like 2026 is going to be a year like that for you, pile number 2, but I feel like it's going to be so beautiful. So don't shy away from the pain or from fear. Understand that this is where you're going to see the most beautiful side of your life. It's so many amazing opportunities for healing and for self-development and for personal growth and for release. So I'm really excited for you, pile number 2. If you are still here with me, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free and a fantastic way to help out my channel. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello there. If you chose this beautiful red rock that came from Sedona, I believe this was from Boynton Canyon Vortex, and the Healing Stones Oracle, pile number 3, then this is your reading. And I'm going to move this over here, and we are going to look at this as our last card in the reading. So let's get started, pile number 3. This is such an amazing, this red rock, the energy that comes off of this. I moved to the area where I live now because I came to Sedona and fell in love and wanted to live here. So I don't live in Sedona. I live just outside of it in one of the little surrounding towns. But isn't it amazing? Oh, it's so powerful. Okay, so pile number 3. Let's see what you can expect for 2026. Oof, look at this. Unseen connection, hidden dynamics, and narrative discernment manipulation. Okay, so unseen connection. Now remember, this is a general reading, so it's going to resonate differently with different people. But for some of you, this unseen connection is going to be relationships that you are going to develop in 2026 are going to be much deeper than relationships you've experienced in the past. You may meet people and feel like you know them on a soul level. Like you know them, like you've known them in past lives. Your energy immediately recognizes their energy, or they're going to remind you of people so strongly. Go with those feelings. If you meet someone and they give you that good feeling, spend time with those people, develop and foster those relationships. Those are gifts. It's interesting because as we're having this spiritual awakening that we've been having for the last, I don't know, I would say probably, I think it really started in like 2019 and then picked up big time in 2020. But I feel like as time has passed, it's accelerating. And we're meeting these people in our life where we feel like we just know them on some level. And this is such a gift from the universe. Now, narrative discernment. This makes me feel, pile number 3, like you are going to start to be able to see things for what it really is. So this can be a blessing and a curse. This is the energy of looking in a newspaper and seeing a story and knowing that it's absolutely baloney. Like you're able to see through the propaganda. You're able to see through the silly narratives that don't mean anything. And you're able to see to the heart of the matter, the core of what's going on around you. And again, blessing and a curse, because you're able to see things for what they truly are, but then that comes with a heaviness, right? Of understanding, a lot of people are able to walk through life with blinders on, and you are not one of those people, at least not anymore, not in 2026. This is it's going to be, your eyes are going to be open to things, and you're going to be making these connections and things that you've never seen before. So it could be, well, a good example of this is I've been reading a lot of history, and I am now making connections of things that happened in like the 1900s to things that happened in the 40s to then so I'm able to make these connections. It's that energy. Okay, it's being able to see these connections where none existed before. Okay, so then we have, those came out before. I don't think that was a good shuffle. Let me give this a good shuffle. What's the T for pile number 3, please, Spirit, for 2026? What's the T for pile number 3? We have love triangle, third party, multiple lovers, choices. So this could be an opportunity for you to perhaps meet someone or meet a couple people. Now remember, this is a general reading, so this is not going to apply to everyone, but this could be someone popping in where, maybe you have an opportunity to decide you want to maybe see someone else. We have carless, no car, repo, car issues. This can also be a feeling of losing traction or losing your momentum. Okay, so now remember, right? When we're looking at readings like this, we can, because they're general readings, it's general energy, it's going to resonate differently for different people. But if there's things that you see in a reading where you're like, oh, I don't want that, then you can not claim it, right? And you can create a different external reality through your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But one thing I do want to say about this carless is it doesn't necessarily mean that if you have a car, you're going to be carless, but this can be a tendency to lose steam or to lose your momentum. So know that the energy could be there for you in 2026 to struggle with your momentum. So it's good to know that that energy could be coming up for you so that you can prepare for it and you can come up with strategies to combat it so that it doesn't end up taking away your momentum, right? Because we determine what our experiences are. I want to look at these Goddess of the Moon Oracle cards to see what else we can expect for pile number 3. This is beautiful. So we had this before. I think we had this for pile number 1. This is purity. It's brand new opportunities. It's a clean slate. It's an opportunity to look at 2026 and say, I can do anything with this year that I want to do. This is my blank canvas, and I can make this year pretty. I can make it dirty and gritty. I can make it organized and productive. I can make it chaotic and exploratory. It's whatever you want this year to be, which is just such fantastic energy. And then we have faith. Look at that. Knowing that the universe has your back no matter what. If you knew that you were fully supported no matter what you did, what would you choose to do? Now live your life with the faith that you will be fully supported no matter what you do, right? Like that's the secret to manifestation, is having that faith that the universe has got your back, that what it is that you desire is on its way to you. It's that inner knowing. This is also very Mother Earth energy. So we know that there are going to be a lot of things that are going on around the planet in 2026, a lot of geological changes. We are going to see more earthquakes and more of basically Mother Earth releasing pressure and pain that she's, carrying. And I feel as if this is going to impact you in some way as well, pile number 3. I feel like you're going to be maybe more sensitive to those earth changes. And it's interesting because we had in one of my other readings, one of the other piles, we were talking about the idea of childbirth and how it's messy and painful and scary and all of those things. But on the other side of it, it's creation, it's life, it's the most beautiful thing that there is. And that is going to be the energy for you, pile number 3. But it's not just you guys. It's not going to be everyone, but a lot of people are going to be very sensitive to that type of energy. Okay, energy with things happening, natural things happening on the earth, but also that energy through people. All right, the painful splitting in half to give birth to this, beautiful new energy. Let's pull some tarot and see what else we can see for pile number 3. This is a powerful one. You guys are giving me goosebumps here, pile number 3. Okay, we have the Hanged Man reversed. This is prophecy, things that are meant to be. This, again, is a year of, I feel like, of deep knowing. Pile number 3, you are going to start to just really have a deeper knowing, understanding. You're going to just start to kind of know things and you're not going to really know where it came from. It's just a deep knowing, as if this is just how it's been, how it will always be. Knight of Cups reversed is an energy of being disappointed, wanting something, hoping for some kind of an offer, but feeling a little bit disappointed that it doesn't come through. There could be something you're really hoping for in 2026, and it might not come through for you. And while it may be a disappointment, understand that the reason it didn't come through is because what's coming after is what's meant for you. It's what you've been really waiting for. 7 of Cups reversed is a card that can talk about a lot of different opportunities and options, but it can also be an energy of feeling confused. Again, this 2026 energy is so big. There's so much going on around us in the world, and this can be feeling very overwhelmed with everything coming at you as far as news stories and energy of people around you and your own life circumstances and situations. And it can feel overwhelming. And I think it also ties into this narrative discernment of being able to see things much more clearly. It can almost feel like an energy overload, kind of like too much sensory input. Let's get some clarifying life situations cards and see what advice Spirit has for you for 2026, pile number 3. What do we have? We have Flame of Courage. Ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst the shadows of fear. So there could be some tribulation, some stuff going on, right? A lot of things going on in the world around us. You could live in an area where perhaps you're seeing some unrest. You're seeing where the heat and the pressure is starting to rise. And this is calling on you to tap into that inner bravery. Okay, finding that flame of courage in the darkness and in that shadow of fear. That's too many. We have On the Mend. Be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. Finding that compassion. And I feel like in these unseen connections, this is where you're also going to find a safe harbor. There's going to be people that feel like they're safe. And I think this is going to be a feeling of, that feeling of being supported, where you're able to lean into that faith and know that you are going to be okay. We have Seek clarity, embrace honesty, face consequences, and sharpen your focus for personal growth. Plan wisely, cultivate success through meticulous research and strategic plotting. Your foresight will unveil new paths. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to look at your oracle card here. So this oracle card comes from the Ancient Stones Oracle. And I thought it was only fitting for the Ancient Stones to use a stone from somewhere that I feel like is ancient and amazing. Now what's interesting is the card that came, so I pulled out another card just to use as a placeholder for the definition of this card. And the card that came out was alignment. Okay, so everything is coming into alignment. It may not feel like it. It's going to feel like chaos, but everything is coming into alignment. And the other interesting thing about this one is that it has this triangle, and then we have love triangle. So there is some kind of alignment in this chaos. Okay, pile number 3. So while it feels like this could be a rough year where you're working through a lot of things, there is a divine order in it all. Okay, so now I want to read this oracle card to you, and it says, lay it on the altar, hand it over, soften, surrender, forgive. It says, held in the embrace of a Benedictine monastery perched on the rugged Montserrat mountain in Spain, is a miracle-working 12th century statue of the Virgin and Child known as the Black Madonna, a sacred embodiment of the divine, reflecting the intertwining of the spirit and the earth. Her presence reminds us of the mystical whispers of the stones that have been carved by time, a testament to the timeless wisdom of the earth itself. We can be so tough on ourselves, but it's through our problems, challenges, and mistakes that we grow the most. And when we experience these difficult times, we gain the capacity to truly be there for another. No one is immune to the challenges of life, and we all need support as we journey through it. To know what can truly hold us through our ever changing human life, to find a way to soften toward ourselves when life's hard. Lay your worries, concerns, and struggles onto the Great Mother's stone altar and stay open to being supported. This card urges you to welcome support from those around you, to soften your heart, to forgive. You don't need to know how to do it. A willingness is enough. Offer compassion and mercy toward yourself and those around you. You don't need to carry it all. You can call upon the support of those in both the seen and unseen realms. Remember that we're always doing the best we can, and that every moment of every day we can lay our worries on the Great Mother's altar, and we don't need to go through it alone. What I love so much about what we just read is it talked about the seen and the unseen, right? It it talked about you don't need to carry it all, and you can call upon the support of those in both the seen and the unseen realms. There is support for you here and in areas where you cannot see it. I love that that connection was made. While this is going to be a year of growth for you and perhaps going through some disappointment, it's also so encouraging to know that you don't have to carry it alone and that you can lay down your troubles and your worries. Another pile that we had here in this earlier in this reading was all about scrutiny and review and looking at what no longer serves you and making the conscious decision to lay down that which no longer serves you. And that's going to be something that's going to be very important for you to do as you're going through this 2026, because you do have this confusion or these options. So anything that you can set down to lighten your load is going to aid you in the process. Okay. Remember, purity, energy, clean slate, the ability to create, have, do, be anything that you want. So you can lay down all of these things that no longer serve you and focus on where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want to create in 2026. This is such beautiful energy, pile number 3. I am so excited for you. If you're still with me and you like this reading, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing on your way out. It's free and it helps out my channel more than you could ever know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Well, hey there. If you chose pile number 4 with this beautiful rose quartz and the Work Your Light Oracle card, then this is your reading. And we are going to save the Oracle card for last. And we're going to start with the Forecaster Oracle. So what can pile number 4 expect for 2026? Pile number 4 for 2026. What do you have for us, Spirit? False information, lies, or deception. Be very discerning and fact-finding when it comes to information that you're being given, pile number 4, because there is the possibilities that some of the information you're given will not be correct. It will be false information. Now, for some of you, this will be information given in malice, but for others of you, this will not be something that's given in malice. It's just false information that maybe someone thinks is correct information. So it's very important that you make sure that you're double checking, especially when it comes to things like work projects. Make sure that you are doing your due diligence when it comes to your own research, so that if you are given false information inadvertently or on purpose, you catch it so that it doesn't create an issue for you. We also have unseen connection, hidden dynamics. You may feel a deeper connection in 2026 to your higher self or your spirit team or your guardian angels, or perhaps just even family members who've passed on. This could be feeling that energy of people who've passed near you, or maybe just seeing something out of the corner of your eye. But I feel like your ability to connect to the other side is going to become much stronger. I feel like for most of you watching this, it's already there and it's already strong, but I feel like it's going to increase. And it's interesting because a lot of people's different abilities, intuitive abilities, are really ramping up each year from like 2019, like 2020, 2021. It just seems like everyone's getting more and more connected energetically and spiritually. And I feel like you are going to experience that as well, pile number 4. And then we have reality override, perception, deception. Yes, this ties into that same thing we were just talking about, where you're going to be able to see things, and they're going to be things that are out of the corner of your eye, and you're going to think, did I really see that? Like, you're going to doubt yourself, or you're going to explain it away. Oh, it was a shadow. It was a this. It was a that. But it is, a lot of it is energetic. And if you want to see it, if you want to tap into it, all you have to do is claim it, and you will be able to access it even easier. Okay. All right, let's take a look at these Goddess of the Moon cards and see what other energy we have for pile number 4. Blue Moon, the unexpected. Ooh, that is beautiful and fun energy. The unexpected. So expect the unexpected for 2026, pile number 4. This can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. The unexpected can be good. We also have discernment. Discernment, this is tying in with false information. I think I've even used the word discernment. Going back to that false information, lies, or deception, it's really important. This person has their head in the clouds. We need to keep your head out of the clouds, and we need to keep you focused on being very discerning of all of the information that you're gathering, okay? It also, because of you having this ability to tap in to the more spiritual, energetic side, it might also be a bit more confusing for you to understand what's false and what's real. So really making sure um, that you are doing your research and just, really think before you speak this year. Now we have the masculine. Because this is a general reading, this can apply to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. For some of you, the masculine, if you are expecting a child, this could be a male child coming into your life, or if you have a grandchild on the way, it could be a male grandchild. But this can also be the energy that you are in, or the energy that you're going to experience, or it could be the energy that you need to assume more of. I know for a lot of people, especially women, single women, we tend to be more in our masculine energy than in our feminine energy. And it's just typically, or it's just because for single women, especially single moms, we're doing the finances of the home, and the care of the home, and the rearing of the children, and the cooking, and like, we're doing everything. So we tend to spend more of our time in that masculine energy. This can be a call from spirit that it's time to examine that. Are you too much in your masculine energy? Or perhaps are you too much in your feminine energy, and you need to perhaps embrace more of your masculine energy in 2026? So you'll have to do some introspection on this one to see how this applies to you. Um, but I really feel like this is looking at the balance of your energy in your life, and it's a need to find more balance in that. Okay, let's pull some tarot and see what we can. Oh, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card that's all about institutions. So this can be government, this can be institutions like school institutions. So if you have been wanting to go back to school in 2026, this could be your sign that you will be able to do that. If you're looking for work in government, this could be your sign. But this is a very structured type of energy. It's very like it's that feeling of institutionalism, like taking something and institutionalizing the process for it. This could be a card of marriage for some of you. This could be getting married in 2026. The Four of Cups is a card of dissatisfaction or boredom, needing to make changes in your life. 2026 could be a year where you are looking at how things have been and you're ready to make a change. You're tired of the way that it's been and you're ready for something new, something exciting, something that you can be passionate about, especially because you have this connection to the spirit side. There could be something that you could be doing with your time that it would just be, you'd be so much better served spending your time doing that. Whoa. We have the Three of Wands reversed. The Three of Wands reversed can be making hasty decisions. It can be making careless mistakes, communication issues, or setbacks. This is the energy of, you know, when there's something that you really, really want and you're almost there, but then something happens that almost jeopardizes the entire thing. And you're like, seriously, seriously. But then you get through it and you get to the other side and then it was all worth it. That is the energy of this Three of Wands reversed. I feel like there's something that you're going to be working towards, but there's going to be this hiccup that happens. And the hiccup is almost like the final test of spirit saying, is this really, really what you want? And it's like that final push. So hang in there, especially if you're working really hard towards something and it feels like there's something that keeps getting in your way or like a million little hiccups. You are going to get there. It's just that weird final challenge that spirit likes to throw our way. Speaking of challenges, let's get some what's the tea cards for pile number 4 so we can see what's the tea. Okay, we have clout hungry, say anything, does anything, creativity, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates or feeds off of you. So there could be someone who's trying to use something that you've created, a system that you have, something that you're known for, and they're trying to use that for their benefit. Now, if it's something that is not going to impact you, I would really encourage you to think about how you want to react to it. Because if it's something that only hurts them and doesn't really affect you in any way, I would let it go. I wouldn't give it any of your energy. Okay. Because I feel like that's your energy. You could be spending that energy instead focusing on creating something new, doing something that you're passionate about doing. Don't let anyone else suck any of that energy off of you. Okay. This is like, you have this ability to make this decision of where you want to sit this year for 2026, pile number 4. You can sit in high vibe or you can sit in lower vibe. And I feel like if you move up into that higher vibe where you're like, you know what, I'm not even gonna, I'm like up above all of this stuff. I feel like you are going to have this phenomenal year. Whereas if you kind of allow yourself to get brought down into this lower vibe energy, it can slow you down. Okay. There can be some, it could just take you longer to get to your goal, get you to where you want to be. All right, what else do we have for pile number 4? Divine flow. Let go of attachment to the outcome and let the universe bring gifts. Yes, this is kind of ish what I was talking about, but it expands on that of like letting go of people's opinions or the outcome or how it's all going to work out, and just know, have faith that you're in that divine flow. When you get into that flow, you can feel it, you know what it feels like. And I feel like you might kind of go in and out of it in 2026 where you feel like, okay, yes, I'm in flow, but then something's going to happen where it's going to pull you out. But if you can get in it and stay in it, you will have such a smooth 2026. We have flame of courage. Ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows of fear. Letting go of the fear. And this is like the third time I think this card has come up. So this is the theme for everybody for 2026. It's all about finding your bravery. Seek clarity, embrace honesty, face consequences, and sharpen your focus for personal growth. We also have on the mend. Be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to take a look at our oracle card here. And this is soul families. So let's see what this has to say. And I grabbed another card from the deck to just use as a placeholder for this card. But the card that popped out was yes. So if you came into this reading and you had a question that you were wanting to get a yes or no answer for, the answer to that question is yes. Okay. So then we have soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. It is time to call in your soul family and support team. People who get you at soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. People who are your chosen family. They are coming and they are looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it is important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. If you have already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as a therapist, coach, mentor, or healer. Tune in to what kind of support you need now. So this could be a year where you do need some extra support, and it's time to call in your soul family. Okay. They're going to be those people, those unseen connections, the hidden dynamics, these people that you just know at a heart and soul level are your people. Allow those people in to assist you. Do you ever have people ask you if you need anything? Are you one of those people that says, no, 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 I'm fine, when you could actually really use some help? For the majority of my life, when people asked me if I needed help, even if I desperately needed help, I always said no. Why do we do that? Why? Because if someone is offering to help you, they truly want to help you. Allow them to give, they want to give you something. So allow them to do that by receiving. Okay? When people offer help, they're offering it because they want to do something for you. So you're doing something for them by accepting it. I think so often we don't want to be an imposition, right? We don't want to be a burden. We don't want to put anyone out. We don't want to, you know, but sometimes we need to just allow ourselves to be the imposition and to accept that help, especially when it comes from a member of our soul family. Okay. All right, you guys, if you're still with me, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up to let me know you made it to the end of your pile. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps out my channel a ton. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.